Tony Khan is really mad at Jack Perry following those backstage issues that time. We'll talk on that. Plus, a WWE star has been pulled from the active roster, and more WWE legends are attending WrestleMania. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. It's been a long old time since All In at Wembley Stadium, and that thing that happened that time has been a long time since then as well.
You mean the thing with the real glass?
The thing with the real glass. Go grab me a reaver.
Yes.
And apparently those wounds, at least for one very important person, not quite healed.
Yeah, it's been revealed on Wrestling Observer Radio that there's still upset backstage from Tony Khan towards Jack Perry for what happened at AEW All In last August. It was reiterated that Jack Perry is not being fired, but Tony Khan is still adding quotation marks, really mad at him for the incident that cost AEW eventually CM Punkalicious.
And that's why we've not seen Jack Perry on AEW television. Now, he has turned up, of course, in New Japan, where he is basically leaning into all what happened by being the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Get the badge in.
Get the badge, get the mask on. I'm a goat. Nah. So he's leaning into all of that, but still no sign of him on AEW TV. You'd have thought that there would have been, obviously there was a suspension, and that would have ended by now, but this is some sort of weird it's like he's been cast out.
It is, yeah, because there was all sorts of talk that Jack Perry might have been the devil before it was revealed to have been Adam Cole. It would have been interesting to see which way that would have gone down if it was Jack Perry, but it is, I don't know, it feels like he's done his time. He did the crime, he did his time. Shame on, mother bleepers. Steal a quote from Bo Selector's Michael Jackson.
I wonder where that came from. But yeah, so he's still in the wilderness, it seems, and no idea as and when that will change. We are sending our best wishes to a WWE star who, as it's been reported today, has been pulled indefinitely from the active roster.
Yeah, PeterInsider.com's confirmed with multiple sources she's currently listed internally with other talents who are out of action. We're guessing this is off the back of the sort of mast cell activation that we saw upon her skin in Australia.
Yeah, so this is something that she suffered from for a while. It led to taking a lengthy absence before the run-up to Elimination Chamber. Mast cell activation syndrome, which is a very painful skin condition that, as Ross said, flared up just a few hours before she was set to compete in the Elimination Chamber. And bless her for pushing on through it anyway.
Oh, she looked badass, mate. Like, no makeup on whatsoever. We knew this was an issue like a few weeks ago. She was on social media sharing her troubles with this sort of thing and how she copes with it on the daily. And just to see it out there in the chamber, not even just a regular match, the bloody chamber, Tom.
And smashing it as well.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. Now, PW Insider now has yet to confirm if the decision to remove her from the active roster is in relation to that. That yet has not been confirmed. It could very well be, but there could be other incidences afoot. But either way, we send our love to Raquel Rodriguez, who I think she's a beast. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, crap timing for it to happen as well, with it being WrestleMania season and all that sort of stuff. So hope she gets the speedy recovery road to the speedy recovery. That made sense in my head. It didn't make sense coming out my mouth.
We hope that the speedy recovery leads to the road to the speedy recovery.
Yes.
So it's like a junction that you pull off.
Correct.
Go straight on.
I'm terrible at this job.
You do lovely at this job. Now, we talked about Vikingo yesterday vacating the AAA Mega Championship after a record-setting 830 plus days as champ. It was revealed that a new champ's going to be crowned at Triple Mania, and we know who's going to fight for the belts.
Alberto El Patron is one of them, and Nick Nemeth will compete for that vacant championship on April the 27th in Monterrey.
Now, Nemeth currently holds the IWGP Global Championship, and he's challenging Moose for the TNA World Championship at AEW's next event. So potentially, we could see Nemeth holding 3 world titles, or 3 major titles, in 3 different companies at the same time.
Well, he did warn us back in his WWE days that we're here to show the world. He was here to show the world. Come on.
Bring it on.
Exactly.
And he's showing the world by winning all the belts, apparently, if that is the way that it goes. I could see Nick Nemeth going on this sort of Cardona-esque run where he just turns up everywhere and just wins all the belts.
The clean Cardona, in many respects.
But then you have the clean Cardona and the dirty Cardona.
Have a GCW deathmatch.
Have a GCW deathmatch. And they put all the belts on the line, and somebody has a nightmare at departures check-in.
Yeah.
Now, we were hearing rumours last month that of all the names that were going to go into the Hall of Fame, Bray Wyatt was one of them. That's not looking like that's the case, at least for this year. However, WWE did announce yesterday something very special to celebrate the life of Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah, on April the 1st, Bray Wyatt, becoming immortal, was announced yesterday. The press release narrated by Mark Calloway. This documentary is going to be, the doc will feature interviews with Rotunda himself and never seen before footage from the WWE archives, as well as interviews with superstars like Hulk Hogan, Cena, Becky Lynch, Triple H, and Wyndham's brother, of course, Taylor Rotunda.
You will have seen some clips doing the rounds online from that, like a little teaser for it, and Taylor Rotunda very prominently featured in all of those, talking very, very emotionally about his brother. I think this is going to be an emotional journey when it airs on Peacock.
Yeah, I still think there's a little glimmer of hope, is there, for the Hall of Fame this year? I don't know, it feels weird because Heyman feels like the centerpiece of it this year, but could they, obviously with Bray's dad and Barry Windham going in as well, the tie in there, it could still happen maybe, but as you say, the documentary here makes you feel like maybe not this year.
It kind of feels like this is a make good for not putting him in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Here's a documentary about him, narrated by Mark Calloway. So the Undertaker's done the voiceover for it, which is going to be special because they had quite a special relationship, those two, when Undertaker turned up for that Raw special.
Well, they took down LA Knight.
And then a little moment where he said something to Bray. It was like a passing of the torch moment. I think Undertaker had real high hopes that Bray would kind of continue that legacy of spooky characters in wrestling, and lost way too soon, and we didn't get a chance to see that. So I like the fact that it's him voicing it, and I like that Taylor Rotunda's so heavily involved in it. And I hope at some point in what will be a somber but joyous celebration of an incredible life of his brother, I hope at some point Taylor goes, "Those YouTube videos aren't me, you know." Stop it. Stop sending them and saying, "Look what Taylor's doing. It's not me."
They're very convincing, though.
They are very convincing.
I got worked a couple of weeks ago and Matthew was like, "No, they're not there, pal. No.
If anyone knows, it's Math. He's
cosplay, pal. Cosplay.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, legends, some Hall of Famers of WWE and wrestling in general are going to be on hand for WrestleMania 40. We had a few announced the other week. A few more from PW Insider today.
Yes, DDP, Queen Sharmell, Larry Zbyszko, Mick Foley will be in attendance at WrestleMania 40. Will Foley try and get in the car with his new svelte vigor?
Ooh.
I'll try and say svelte figure. That was better that time. Thank you very much. They also recently confirmed that Jimmy Hart, Michelle McCool, JBL Kane, and Ron Simmons will also be a part of the event.
Now, it's pretty much expected that we'll see them in the crowd for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I was going to say it doesn't necessarily mean on the WrestleMania card. This could just be, at the WrestleMania World, whatever they call it.
That's a hell of a battle royal.
Get them all in the Andre at the same time. Yeah, they could be doing signings and appearances. The live podcast they were talking about as well, weren't they? Because Foley's ended, didn't it, fairly recently? And that could be resurrected there. And I'm just spitballing ideas potentially.
Well, Foley's been speaking very much about returning to the ring, as you've said. He thinks he's got one more match in him, and that's why he's cutting weight at the moment to get himself in condition to have a one last death match, possibly, and his dream opponent is Matt Cardona. Is Matt getting another shout?
The Dirty Ziggler.
The Dirty Ziggler. Possibly. So who knows? We might get a little teaser for something there. I love that, it's WrestleMania, so there's always going to be legends in attendance. I think there's the opportunity to have some fun in either backstage skits or some stuff in the ring as well. That'll be nice, won't it? Nice and wholesome feel for WrestleMania 40 this year. We are fast approaching it. It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Not long at all.
Days. It's
long weeks in this job, I tell you. Long weeks.
They're long weeks, but short nights. That's strange, that, isn't it? We did a great video on the weekend, you and I, and we've not mentioned it.
No, we haven't, have we? Meat planets were put into a tier list. Historical meat planets as well, not just your current day. And thank you very much to current WWE announcer Wade Barrett for giving us the bona fide definition of what a meat planet actually is.
An exclusive from Wade Barrett. And then we go into it. We rank, based on Wade Barrett's scale, who the greatest meat planet wrestler of all time is.
You'll never guess who it is.
You seriously won't. Check it out on the YouTube channel. And for the very latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.